They sure are taking their time. I thought this was supposed to be a 10-minute recess. Sorry to keep you losers waiting. But wait no longer. I won a race to find Alicia Scone, and here she is. Hello, dearies. This lovely young man said you wanted to speak to me. Alicia Scone, purveyor of the most wondrous wares pharmacists can offer at your service. Alicia to my pals, and even delicious to some. You can call me the winner, and I'll call you whatever I want. Alright, Winnie Pooh. Winnie Pooh. Whiny Pooh. Winnie, whiny, woony, woony. It's lovely to meet you, dearie. So much for call me the winner. Oh, have we met before, young man? Hello to this, Alicia. That's Miles Edwards, Gregory's son. Well, I never. It's a pleasure to meet you, Milesy Smiles. You must address me by my given name. Just Miles will do. Oh, Greggy Peggy. Peglegs boys, all grown up. Grown up too. Makes me feel like age. Why don't you? I wonder just how old she is. Yeah, because the game's not telling us, is it? Yeah, this is like, why give her an age? Eustace, I believe you have some questions for our pharmacist. Oh, yeah. What brings you to the gallery today, Miss Scone? Why, I came to see my dear old Moody Tooty, of course. We've been fast friends for 18 long years, and no one's going to stop me visiting her now. I understand that you are helping look after looked after Mr. Gusto in the immediate aftermath of the attack. Oh, I didn't do much, really. I just whipped up a quick antidote for the dear old doctor. Wow, you can make an antidote just like that? Oh, yes, dear. As long as I have the right ingredient, I can sort together just about any medicine you like. It certainly helped that the medical room was well equipped, though. We're much better off treating him than losing vital minutes taking him to the hospital. Anyway, we did what we could. Well, that's up to him. Him? And do you know the victim, Miss Delicious? Oh, yes. Well, of course. Well, of sorts. It's been 18 years since I last saw him. Apparently, he's famous these days. One of the best confectioners in the world, or so they say. Interesting. Well, so he's a well-known public figure. Oh, yes, dear. He was on the nose and everything. Confectionery crafting king of the world, they say. Ah, so that kind of paints him as a suspect in the previous case. Pretty strongly. It's like, hey, kill this guy, blame the top confectionery, then I can become the top confectionery. Wow, the old dog really went to Zhang Fa and upped his game, just like he said he would. Perhaps if we could proceed to the matter at hand, Miss Scone. Are you familiar with the substance known as infesticide ultra? Of course, dear. You use it to, well, get rid of you-know-what. Oh, it's awfully strong, though. That's why they don't sell it in the shops. Might I ask what you mean by you-know-what? A little bright stars that frighten the life out of the poor innocent ladies is truly. What's what? Ghastly little creatures run around people's nice, clean kitchens and terrorizing them. Oh, I get it. Those. Thank you, Miss Scone. One more question, if you don't mind. Are you aware what happens when chemicals asphyxiant and ubiquium combine? Oh, yes. That's right. There in the infesticide ultra instructions. Do not mix with sparks containing ubiquium, ever. Because if you do, they will react with each other and make horrible poisonous gas. What was it again? Effects of inhalation include respiratory complications and, well, death. And poor old Gusty very nearly didn't make it. To make that much gas, you need probably 500 milliliters of each chemical, I'd say. Certainly talks like a skilled pharmacist. Your pickleworm's awfully thick and sticky, and it heats up very quickly indeed. It's also bright red and smells minty fresh. Oh, and keep it as chips. That's why they use it in everything. Asphyxia is more watery and white in color. That will do, thank you. You're clearly well informed, Miss Scone. As well I should be, dearie. After all, Pesticide Ultra is made by the company I work for. So she has easy access to it. Got it. Oh, but before you get the wrong idea, they don't go around handing out free samples. As I say, it's awfully terribly dangerous. You couldn't buy it even if you wanted to. Yes, Miss Scone. Very interesting indeed. I think that tells us all we need to know. Strange. I thought you suspected Miss Scone. Something in that smile makes me wonder if she has some other angle in mind. What is it, Detective Flatfoot? Any developments to report? Yes, sir. There's out the Sculptor's glass display case open from the top. Huh, that's rather unusual. The temperature inside can be adjusted too, all the way down to 0 degrees. The Pisces case was kept at 26 degrees. Dang near got my hand stuck to it. Like you escaped alive. Anything more relevant to the case? Yeah, they found something on the underside of the top part of the Pisces case. Traces of ubiquitous. Oh, now we're talking. That's odd. Those ubiquitous stuck to it should have stayed stuck. After all, at 26 degrees, it would have frozen solid. It would, huh? Oh, how do things wind up as they are now? I think Kay might be able to help us figure out just that. Or at least Mr. Thief might. You guys are that desperate to get on my good side, huh? Fine, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, but take it away. Can't believe I'm taking orders from this guy, but whatever. Anything for the truth. Woman, stop. Before you get carried away. The goddess of justice has no need for your help. We will find the truth ourselves. Ouch. Why so frosty, Judge G? Maybe the prosecutor just gave us a big thumbs up. What's the issue here? Oh, wait. Don't tell me the committee has some dirty little secret it doesn't want us finding out. I am not required to explain myself to you. So yes. The answer is yes. Got it. But if you feel that you absolutely must participate in the investigation, perhaps you can prove to me that it will be worth our while to keep you around. What exactly does she have in mind here? Who triggered the release of the poison gas? If you can answer this question, I will consent to your participation in the investigation. You heard the lady, Smiles. Somebody opened a Pisces case will let out that gas. Considering what we've learned so far, there's only one person who could have possibly been, no? Yes. The answer is indisputable. In that case, please kindly provide it now. Who released the poison gas is going to be the victim. He was the only one in the room. Who but him could have done it? He was the only one that we know was in the room. Or, like, I think it's going too deep. I think Judy has something to do with it. But, like, the only person we have any indication could have possibly done it is Gusto. The victim, Carmelo Gusto, is the only person to have entered the Autumn Wing. Thus, only he could have opened the case. Correct. That appears to be the only logical answer. Very well. I will permit your participation in the investigation to continue. However, if at any point I feel you are contributing nothing of value, you will be removed immediately. Shut up. You are trying to flex your authority way too hard, and it's getting very annoying very fast. Understood. Even if Mr. Gusto did open the case, we still have no idea why. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, tell me what you want to see. Let us use the data we collected to recreate the scene before the poison gas went off. Don't scare me like that. So this is what you are talking about. You're Mr. Thief. Let us begin by examining the Pisces sculpture. There's a generous amount of ubiquitous frozen to the underside of the top part of the case, which is what is keeping that lid on real tight. Wait. Could the water have had the asphyxiant? Could the asphyxiant have something to do with the sprinklers going off? The actual glass lid is all cracked though, right? Somebody really went to town. Ah, it's on you there, huh, Pisces? What do we have any idea of how the glass lid might have come to be correct? Well, it doesn't look like the outer facing side of the glass suffered any damage. I see. So we have a cracked piece of glass that we know was ice cold on the inner facing side. We also know that it wasn't damaged in any direct way on the outer facing surface. Thoughts? Ice cold. Makes me think the way you glare at people, sir. Cracks. Makes me think about those deeply etched lines on your forehead. It was cracked by heat expansion. Applying heat to ice-cold glass from the outside will cause it to crack. Huh? Well, I appreciate the science lesson, but why is all the heat cracked in the first place? Why indeed. A heat-cracked glass lid, lined on its underside with frozen ubiquitous. Looks like the cat that got on the cream, Malzerino. You know what happened too, don't you? I certainly do. And what's more, how Mr. Gusto opened the case. What? But you give me a chance to figure it out first. It would have been quite the wait. Well, don't keep it to yourself, Edwards. I want answers. It's probably the torch, right?
Take that!
The blowtorch showed signs of having been used recently when it was found here in the Autumn Wing. I think it's likely that it was used on the glass lid, causing it to crack. A blowtorch? Who uses a blowtorch to open a glass case? Oh, I get it. Mr. Gusto was trying to melt the frozen ubiquitous so he could open the lid. Indeed. You can beat me to the answer by a second, but I'll see who wins in the end. Don't try and tell us you nearly had it. You didn't have a clue. Uh-huh. It was Edwards making things hard to understand. Okay, would you mind updating the recreation so that Mr. Winner can follow along too? Sure. Just for him. Alright, here it goes. Mr. Gusto was alone in the Autumn Wing. While he was here, he used the blowtorch. Melt a frozen ubiquium on the underside of the lid. Uh-huh, and? And the ubiquium melted. It mixed with the asphyxiant that was already present inside the glass case. It was a sculpture made of asphyxiant. The sculpture had asphyxiant in it? Or did the sheet have it? As the ubiquium melted, it mixed with the asphyxiant that was already present in the glass case. Thereby producing our poisonous gas. Mr. Guzman finally managed to open the lid. He would have released the gas and poisoned himself. Made it as far as the fountain room where he collapsed. So we opened the case and out came the glass. Out came the gas. Seems we got there in the end. But why the heck-a-doodle-doo did he want to open a case in the first place? I'm not sure. In fact, I don't even know what his ultimate goal was. I'm thinking he might have come here for the same reason I did. To check out not the autumn wing, but the winter wing. You remember, right? I thought this was where the winter wing was when we first got here. Caught you out too, did it? My little Eddie Lumpkin? I was ever so confused. What was it being where Tillywinken's room was all those years ago? There's even the same little tree in front of the blessed door. Who wouldn't be all sixes and sevens, eh? Did everyone involved with the IS-7 incident make the same mistake? I think we need to go and take another look at the winter wing. Time to see how quickly I convince Mr. Winner, I suppose. Eureka! Ladies and gentlemen, I have the answer. The answer to what exactly? The man was going to end it all. Dramatic exit stage left, sort of a artsy-fartsy farewell. Have you been listening at all this whole time? Yeah, at my level, I barely need to listen to a word, and I still understand exactly half of what's going on. Perhaps I can explain in a few of the finer details to you later, Eustace. Winner's prerogative. Winner? Sure, thanks, Lavelle. Thank you indeed. I always find it the best to leave things like child wrangling to a professional. In the meantime, don't you have something to tell Mr. Edgeworth and his friends? Oh yeah, I totally forgot. What is it now? I took a liberty of investigating our friendly pink pharmacist here. Or rather, I had one of my underlings do it for me. That's nothing to brag about, you know. Shut up, can't you see I'm talking? Anyway, let's put the pin in my suicide theory for now, yeah? I have something more important to tell you. It's, it was Miss Delicious who set up the poison gas trap. How could you say that? I was greatly saddened to learn of this, Mrs. Scone. Your profession is one dedicated to saving lives, yet you used your expertise to try and take one. I beg your pardon. How dare you? I did no such thing. Perhaps you should explain, Mr. Winner. You bet I can. Get a load of this. Her pharmacist license. And it says it right here that she's authorized to handle Infesticide Ultra. product that we have established contains asphyxiant, one of the ingredients of our poisonous gas. Exactly. It's almost impossible for ordinary people to get a hold of that stuff. But Miss Delicious is no ordinary person. She's a card-carrying pharmacist. I didn't do it. This is all just a terrible mistake. That's not all. There was a bottle of Infesticide Ultra in the victim's pocket. And what do you know? It's covered in your fingerprints. We know that you and Miss Bound took the victim to the medical ward. What a better moment to slip the bottle into his pocket, No. There was only one person on the premises licensed to carry Infesticide Ultra, and that was you, Miss Scone. Furthermore, you are acquainted with Miss Bound, the owner of the gallery. Meaning you would have had access to the building and ample opportunity to prepare your trap. No, dear. Listen, you don't understand. Infesticide Ultra was stolen from me. Lying will only lengthen your sentence, Miss Scone. Oh, I'm not lying. Oh, it's in my bag somewhere. I'm sure of it. What's she looking for? That's not it. That's not it either. That cloth looks familiar. Ah! Here we go. I knew it was here somewhere. Look. And what is this? It's umbrella, I think. April 1st. Complaint filed. Offense, theft. Item stolen, Infesticide Ultra, 1 bottle. It's a crime report relating to a theft. Created on April Fool's Day, so this is clearly a joke. You see, you silly billies. I told you somebody pinched it off of me. A week ago, no less. By which I mean to say that it was not in your possession at any point today. That's exactly what I mean to say. I think the bottle you found might be the one I lost. I always have some in my medicine bag, just in case, you know. I was supposed to keep my bag locked up tight, but well, I forgot it. I'd forgot it in my head and I was screwed on. And now, thanks to my silly old me, someone's gone and mixed up a cloud of poison gas with the stuff. I see. But why on earth would you carry such a hazardous substance around with you? Like I said, just in case, you never know when one of them might appear. You mean the gassy little creatures that run around in people's nice, clean kitchens? Them type of them? You could just roll up a newspaper and whack one and done. Gavelle, what do I do now? Of course. I think perhaps it might be wise to confirm the authenticity of the crime report, just to be safe. It can't hurt to verify Miss Scone's story after all. She may be lying to us. Good idea. Alright, I'm gonna give it to the precinct to call. Don't go anywhere. So Miss Scone might not be guilty after all. Indeed. She really was the one who set up the poison gas trap. And I highly doubt she would have used a method that directly implicates her. Who do you think did it, Smiles? Someone with knowledge of the victim's likely behavior, and the time and means to prepare it. 2 factors which point to one very specific person, Judy. Oh yeah, and who might that be? Don't leave us hanging, big guy. Wood means to steal the infesticide and dress one room up to look like another.
Take that!
Surely only Miss Bound, the proprietor of these premises, could possibly have perpetrated in such a way. We need some solid evidence to support such a theory, nonetheless. Oh, it was her, huh? Strange. It's like he already knew. Nice shoot, Malzarino. I may have to make an associate position a permanent deal. That is not what I was hoping for. Ahem. I'm back with the results. The police have confirmed that the theft was reported and logged, which means we have been a little hasty with some of our conclusions. You mean every single one of your conclusions have proved to be hogwash. No, I mean, we've only just been getting started. Oh, then what's our next move? Well, first we need to go talk to Miss Bound. And then I'll think about what to do after that. Eustace. Mr. Gusto's real destination appears to have been the winter wing. Perhaps it would be worth having someone investigate that room more thoroughly. Oh yeah, we can totally do that. Flatfoot, go investigate the winter wing. Yes, sir. Gavel, we're going to talk to Miss Bound. Very good, Eustace. We'll join you if you don't mind. All right, you have your orders. Go talk to Bound for me. Hey, Mr. Winter, we aren't going to talk with Miss Bound ourselves? Sure, but I thought why not let the grunts handle the grunt work, you know? Means I can sit back and wait for the report. A winning strategy. You spoiled little... He's so exhausting. I need a break. Huh? There's something in the fountain. What the? Body? What on earth? Order in the court. Someone call forensics. Bad news, sir. Real bad news. Order. I will have order, detective. Are you kidding me? Are the ice sculptors gone again? The ice sculptors in a winnowing. They've all melted. What? Did? Huh? Say. Everything's just going awry. What is the meaning of this? Now we have 2 victims? The heck? Talk about deja vu. Just like 18 years ago, when the ice melted again. Again? It's like some weird rerun. Same people, same everything. Said it before and I'll say it again. There's no coinkydink. You right? You're with me, right, Malzarino? I am. And I think the answer lies in the IS-7 incident itself. In fact, I'm convinced of it. Right mind think of that. Alrighty then. Time for another trip down memory lane. Still can't believe the IS-7 incident was Gregory's last case. Or that has been 18 long years since. Wait, yeah, isn't that who we just found in the water? Is it like the same body? Murder at a confectionary's contest. And one of the participants, no less, Artie Frost. He pulled his body out of a treasure chest that was a part of Samson Tangaroa's chocolate table. He'd been hit in the head with a large rock salt lump. and subsequently bled to death. Found a lamp hidden in the candy castle, Delicious Scone, made for the contest. But then, before anyone had a chance to investigate Mr. Frost's own room, all of his ice cream creations had melted clean away. All of Mr. Frost's work destroyed. Mr. Von Karma wasn't very happy. He told us to get out, and in no uncertain terms. What did he do now, Mr. E? Yeah, I can't believe he just kicked us out. Von Karma's a total jerk. Now, Eddie. It was all part of the job of the police and the prosecutor's office to investigate the scene. Yeah, but he didn't have to talk to us like that. Who cares if the cops were cops or attorneys? Should all be able to work together to find the truth. You can't assume that everybody's aims are the same as your own. You may wish to expose the truth, but others might prefer to accept things at face value. Which way of thinking is right will depend on the person. What if somebody innocent ends up being behind bars because no one managed to uncover the truth? It can happen. We're all human, police and prosecutors included. Except for Von Karma, he's a demon. Which is why defense attorneys exist. Our job is to help people in just such situations. To be friends to the friendless. Friends to the friendless. Now, we may not be able to investigate the Winter Wing as we'd hoped, but that doesn't mean we will give up. You're right, Mr. E. I should have thought more before I opened my big mouth. You're young, Eddie. You'll learn soon enough. I promise I will. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, you look like you could use a little pick-me-up. I'm afraid that all I have. But please, by all means. Whoa, you're the best, Miss Bound. These chocolate candies are back. Tangaroa's favorite, made by Bound. Rather mishappened. Yeah, mishappened? Misshapen. And incredibly sweet. Thank you. A little sugar boost might actually help. Although these are a little too sweet for my liking. And a little uniquely shaped. I'm sorry if they're not to your taste. No way, they're great. They're so sweet. You're so very kind. Imagine me of all people, a mediocre confectioner. What? You mean you made these yourself? Yes. Samson loves chocolate, so I had to learn. Keeping him supplied with his favorite treats is just one of my duties. Although he does spend most of the time coaching me on how to improve my technique. Mr. Tangaroa sure is a lucky guy. You eat homemade sweets made by one and only Judy Bound. Whatever you want sounds amazing. I'm sorry, did you say something? Nope, nothing at all. Dear sweet Eddie, you really do have a lot to learn. It seems you're quite committed to your work for Mr. Tangaroa, Miss Bound. Of course. That's what's right. I would have had to say otherwise. What do you mean by that? I was abandoned as a baby, and Mr. Tanaroga took me in. That's right. One snowy Christmas Eve, many years ago, he found me on the steps of this very mansion. He saved my life, and became a father I never had. I can never repay him. So my work for him is the least I can do. And I'll be here for him as long as he needs me. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Must be getting old. I'm welling up a little myself. And to think today is Christmas Eve. And I can't even give him the present in person. I'd do anything to save him. Anything. Admit to your crime? I feel like it has to be her. Like, we've found nothing suspicious on her so far, and she seems highly significant. I think it has to be her. Please, is there something you need? Something I can do to help? Just say it. We're very grateful, Miss Bound. Perhaps you could help us by answering a question. Did you know the victim? Not very well, I'm afraid. Oh, but if you wanted to see some of his work, I have pictures of the sculptures he made for the final. My, they're stunning. Aren't they? I think they're masterpieces. Yeah, so the left one is covered in a cloth again, and it has the light thing. But there's also a wire going towards the other one. But there's no thing by it. Who would have thought you could make such intricate statues out of flavored ice? Samson adored them too. Oh hey, that's Taurus and Gemini, right? I didn't know you were keen on constellations in the Zodiac, Eddie. Oh, I love it. The stories of the stars I can tell. Take Gemini, for example. See the lyre? That's what the harp is called. And the arrow is oh, hold up. The lyre doesn't have any strings. Huh. Did Mr. Frost forget to add them? Okay. That doesn't sound like something he'd forget to do. Wait, really? I thought you just said you didn't know him very well. Oh, well, you didn't seem like to type? Sauce. Sauce. It seems she's got something to hide too. You took this photograph yourself, Miss Bound? Yes, I use this instant camera here. It develops pictures as soon as you take them. It's so useful. Ooh, I'd love to see it in action. Then why don't I take your picture? Yeah, come on, Mr. E. Let's get a shot of the both of us. Well, alright then. It would be a shame to waste a good hair day. Ready? Say cheese. It's gonna be the same as Miles and him, right? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's such a cool camera. Well, it's the only one I've got, so we use it all for all our picture taking needs. It's very convenient, but the lack of negatives is something of a shame. There aren't negatives for us to reference. I assume Mr. Tangaroa uses the same camera during the contest. Yes, you assume correctly. He uses for some work in progress pictures of his seascape. And later, to take some photos of the other contestants' work. But didn't you take a picture of the body when you discovered it? And you didn't you discover the body while judging was still underway? Yes. Simpson wanted pictures of all the entrance completed rooms. But the film ran out, so we just had to finish But the film ran out just as he finished photographing Mr. Gusto's work. And how does this photo exist? he asked me to go put in a new cartridge. He seemed to think there should have been some more shots left than there were. In other words, the film ran out sooner than expected. Yes, the number of shots he took didn't line up with the number of shots remaining. But he thought maybe he just lost track somewhere along the way. But how do you really, though? I went up to our living area to change the film and was passing through the fountain room on my way back when I heard the sound of something break and collapse in Samson's room. Samson, are you in here? Ah! Mr. Frost's body was just lying there. I was in total shock. It was all too much. But I remember, I called the police and then I went to tell everyone else. And the camera had been with me ever since. I see. Be grateful if you could lend us a camera in this picture, Miss Bound. Of course, here you go. Thank you. Take it bad, Miss Scone. Are they done investigating? They're done with me, that's for certain. The big meanie told me how to clear off. Honestly, that mannequins will be the end of me. The cheek of him. Guess he got tired of people cluttering up his crime scene. I guess he got tired of people cluttering up his crime scene. Hey, run you off too, Detective Bad? Yeah, Von Karma seems to think that I'm a nuisance. Can't do a thing his way with me around. Why would Mr. Von Karma go so far as to exclude his own lead detective? So I got a pretty good look at the scene. As for Gusto, he's going to not so chat with me now in Frost Room. About what? About the fact that Miss Bound said she saw him going there during the contest. Mr. Gusto went into Mr. Frost's room. That's right. I have to say, he looked very much like he didn't want to be seen. I don't know what he could have been up to. Well, he's candidate number one at the moment. As the guy who melted Frost's work. But is that really why Mr. Gusto went into Mr. Frost's room? Got a photo of the room right here if you need it. It's all yours. Wait, what? Why would you just give it to us? You gotta spell it out for you, kid. I'm offering to help you guys. I want the truth about this case to come out. Detective. Really, Detective Bad? Mr. Von Karma won't be happy about this. Yeah, well, I'm not Von Karma's stooge. If he's gonna stonewall my investigation, then I'm not gonna play by the book either. Let's go, Bad. Can't let some pesky rules keep me from finding the truth. Now can I, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed. Thank you, Detective Bad. Wow, I can't believe you've won him over, Mr. E. Well, I haven't got the foggiest idea what's going on about, but he has some new friends, eh? It's definitely nice to have a good detective on our side, that's for sure. Alright, let's take a look at that photograph. Yeah. So there's a light missing. So the missing blanket or the missing light thing came from here. It didn't come from Scone's room. So the only difference is the cover on the mom and the light thing. This is what Frost Rooms looks like right now. Yikes. There's nothing left of his flavored ice sculptures but puddles. The floor appears to be completely covered in a pale blue liquid. To compare this with the photo just borrowed from Miss Bound. Assume that the unplugged power cord has something to do with this. Yeah. Once that was out of the socket, the display case lost power. And up the temperature went. Looks like they were all connected to the same power strip. You have any idea what was unplugged? Nope. Still working on that. The sculptures were beautiful. What a waste. You can say that again. I should have taken a few more You can say that again. I should have taken a few more bites out of them while I had a chance. So they tasted good? Did they ever? I've never tried ices so scrumptious in all my life. Really? Man, I wish I could have had a bite. Well, scrumptious except for the salty bit, of course. That was unbearable. What? Salt? The salty bit. Any other photos you've got there? This is a bit harpy thing. She ate the strings of the lyre. Gemini's lyre. Wait, that's why I had no strings? Because you ate them? I didn't eat them that much, you cheeky little devil. I told you, it was all horrible and salty. It's interesting that only a particular part of this one particular sculpture tasted different from the rest. Could somebody other than Miss Scone really be responsible for eating the rest of the strings? Did you notice anything else, Miss Scone? Come to think of it, I did. There was a funny little mark on Chillywink's work. It was 2 little letters. Let me see if I can draw it for you. Bro, why is this mark everywhere? Why is this mark on all this stuff? It's almost like a signature or something. Wait. I just knew Mr. Frost wouldn't have made that harp without strings. He's not the type to skip an important detail like that. I hope you don't mind me asking, Miss Bound. But are you certain you didn't know Mr. Frost particularly well? What? No, I barely knew him, I swear. Then why are you sweating? Is that so? You certainly seem to have some strong opinions about his attitude towards his work. No, his sculptures were so carefully made, I didn't think he'd miss something so important. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. You have more personal connection to his work than that. Wait. Is Artie Frost the sculptor? Is Artie Frost the sculptor that made this? We don't have the teapot in this. Oh wait, no, it's right here. Paul Hiliqui. Is Paul Hiliqui the victim? Or related to the victim in some way? What makes you say that? I have an item from evidence that appears to have been one of Mr. Frost's possessions. And it shares a key feature with another piece of evidence. Well, I won't know what you're talking about if you don't share. So what are these 2 pieces of evidence of yours? Well, 2 items point to Mr. Frost. This is the first.
Take that!
Now here's the second.
Take that!
Miss Scone found these 2 letters carved into Mr. Frost's ice sculpture. I think they were a signature of sorts. After all, it's not unusual for an artist to initial their work. I guess not. That's right, dearie. It's just like you said. Chillywink statues have the letters PH carved in them, plain as day. PH? Shouldn't it be AF? You'd think so. But take a look at this. It's a seal we've found in the crime scene. It seems reasonable to assume that it fell from the Mr. Frost's pocket. And pressed onto the surface of an item, it would leave behind the letters PH. The same pottery mark seems to be imprinted on the bottom of the items in the tea set as well. The same pottery marks? We've already established that the tea set is the work of a sculptor, Paul Hilloquy. From that, we can assume that these same letters would mark any item out of a piece of his work. A fact of which you are well aware, correct, Miss Bound? Well, yes, I know that he always marks his work with his initials like that. He's never revealed his true identity in public, so it's the only way to know his works are truly his. You mean Paul Hilloquy was? That's right, Detective. Artie Frost had another identity. He was no ordinary confectioner, at least. He was as far as Miss Bound was concerned. Well, you see, Mr. Frost was in fact none other than the famed sculptor Paul Hilloquy. What? Mr. Frost and Paul Hilloquy were the same person? It's not like that marks hard to copy, though. Anyone who's seen it could fake me and him with it. Not exactly conclusive proof that Frost was the one who says he was. It was proof enough for Miss Bound, which matters in that she believed it. His true identity would have to be investigated by the good people of the precinct. All right. I'll have the boys look into it. I should have known I couldn't hide it from you, Mr. Edgeworth. So you admit it. You were aware of who Mr. Frost really was. I was. When I discovered his body, I saw the seal you found. Don't ask me how, but I just knew straight away that he was my dear Paul Hilloquy. Imagine, his entries in a confectionery contest were his final legacy. A great man like that? And be honest, did you enter Mr. Frost's room at any point? What? Why are you asking me that? The photograph of Mr. Frost's room. I'd like to know when it was taken. Oh, it must have gotten mixed up with the other one Samson took during the judging.
Objection!
No, girl. I'm afraid I find that rather hard to believe. You said it yourself that the camera ran out of film during the judging. And that you had charge of the camera since before Mr. Tangaroa had the chance to visit Mr. Frost's room. That's how you were able to take the picture when you discovered Mr. Frost's body. I suppose so. This suggests that you took only 2 pictures with the new film. One of Mr. Frost's body and one of his room. Unless she got the camera ahead of Tangaroa and was taking some pictures ahead of time. That's why he was like, hey, there's not as much film in here as I thought. But I have a piece of evidence that says otherwise. You do? Which piece of evidence contradicts the assumption that Miss Bound only took 2 pictures?
Take that!
Camera itself. The camera? You gave the pictures of the body to the police, and a picture of Mr. Frost's room to me. Oh, and you gave us that picture you took of me and Mr. Edgeworth, too. 3 photographs in total, and yet the film cartridge in his camera has only 3 exposures remaining. Out of total of 20. You took porn pictures, and I want to know of what. I need to see all the photos you took. Perhaps then we'll finally learn what you were really up to. I'm so sorry. I confess I've been lying to you. Huh? These are all shots of Frost's room. I'm sorry. Looks like she took pictures of his work every possible angle. And they were taken. The ice still hadn't melted yet. Wait, don't tell me it was you. It was. At least, I'm pretty sure it was. You are what? Well, you see, I'm a huge fan of Mr. Heliqui's work, as you know. I was petrified that it might be ruined with the investigation that was going on and everything. So I thought I should at least capture the sculptures on film for posterity. And how did you make them melt? I think perhaps I was so intent on getting the perfect photograph that I might have tripped over the power cord without noticing. By mistake, are you sure? I didn't notice at the time, but, well, how could I have been so careless as to cause the loss of his final masterpiece? That seems a little convenient to me. I'm not sure I believe it. But I'm not in a position to refute it either. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Please don't worry about it. The important thing is that you told us the truth. What he said. No hard feelings, Miss Bound. Thank you. Mr. Edgeworth. Picture's yours. Hope it helps. Von Karma, what do you want? Are you infernal nuisances still here? You don't know when to give up. Lingered for as long as you like. The answer is still the same. You are not a part of this investigation. Whether we're a part of it or not, we'll uncover the truth nonetheless. It seems you don't know when to shut up either, but I commend you on your stubbornness. Mr. Von Karma, I'm afraid I'm the one responsible for Mr. Frost's work melting. What is the meaning of this? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And to you, Mr. Gusto. No concern of mine. I didn't do anything. Mr. Von Karma agrees. Nothing at all, Mr. Gusto. You went into Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you could tell us why. Sure, I was. Silence! You are not to give an attorney even the tiniest shred of information. Duty bound, you are coming with me. I have reason to believe that you are an accomplice of the accused, Samson Tangoroa. No, I will be interrogating you personally, so you had better get your story in order. I understand. Wait, please. I'm not done questioning her myself. And you think I care because... Bad, Gusto, and you scum. I have questions for all of you. And I expect answers. And fine by me. You could have at least asked nicely, mannequin. He took literally everyone with him. Indeed. Well, I suppose that means there's little point in us hanging around either. But this time we got going anyway. It's rather late. I hope the snow has let up. You're right. Home time. Actually, another note, maybe my stomach is stomach says it's food time. All right, let's go grab a burger before my own stomach starts grumbling too. Yeah, sounds great to me. Let's eat up and rest up. We'll need to be fighting fit for tomorrow. We will indeed. And our first port of call will be with Mr. Tangaroa. Oh, she's here too. Hey, it's Miss Bound. Oh, Mr. Fender. Mr. Edgeworth. So sorry about what happened yesterday. She looks rather tired. Has Mr. Von Karma finished interrogating you? Yes, though he really only seemed interested in how I melted those sculptures. Are you here to see Mr. Tangaroa too? Yes, I'm terribly worried about him. Bad? Detective Bad, what are you doing back there? Oh, just happened to be here. I'll be heading back to the scene soon. Not sure how anyone just happens to be out at a detention center, but okay. Sir, you're here. Good morning. Mr. Tangaroa, what happened to you? Oh no, Samson. What did they do to you? They didn't seem to want me to let me sleep. I had no idea interrogations could be so involved. Sorry if I seem distracted. I think I'm a little tired. They're not letting you sleep. That's not police work. That's torture. What's going on here, Detective Bad? I'm not the one doing the interviewing. That's the guy that put on the case before me. I like Von Karma's mess as much as you do, which is why I'm doing what I can to help you. It was Detective Bad who got me out of there. I'd still be in that interrogation room right now, if it weren't for him. Detective Bad is really trying to look out for Mr. Tangaroa in his own way, it seems. Alright, Eddie. Let's share yesterday's findings with Mr. Tangaroa. Got it, Mr. E. My notepad is at the ready. Mr. Tangaroa, we found out quite a bit if you'd like to hear it. Of course. I thank you. Are you alright, Mr. Tangaroa? You seem kind of spaced out. I'm fine. It's just, I think my blood sugar might be running a little low. Give him one of the candies. Samson, do you have anything that might give him a little energy boost? Yes. Huh? Is that chocolate for me? Oh, so there's a chocolate say. I wish I could give them to you, Mr. Tangaroa. The rules here don't exactly allow me to do so. Bad doesn't care. Bad'll let it happen. Oh, that's a shame, but rules are rules, I suppose. There must be some way we can hand them to him. I hope Detective Bad is nothing meaningful. Look, there's nothing the meaningful look in his description. Let me take a look at them. They seem legit. Might consider passing them on to the suspect. Thank you, Detective Bad. My hero. I'm touched. Thank you, Detective. Yeah, whatever. Just sit tight. Yeah. You don't know how much this means to me. Yeah, keep it down, will ya? For both our sakes. Of course, Detective. I wouldn't wish to put your livelihood at risk. Now to sample these treats. Detective, I apologize. Detective, I apologize for putting you in a tight spot. I didn't do it for you. It was my call. I guess you're not so much of a bad guy after all. Oh, the sweetness. I feel like a man reborn. Ah, they were your handiwork, Judy. Yes, how were they? Here we go again. Oh, the melt soft and smooth. Chocolate that will comfort and soothe ear to ear, ear to head. Oh, smile and savor the taste as it dwells. Delicious. They're not exactly beautiful, but they're sweet and oh so flavorful. Thank you, Judy. I'm so glad you like them. I'm glad you're back to your old self. My apologies, friends. The food they serve here is just so flavorless. But during that and a lack of sleep, I was about ready to collapse from sheer despair. Wow, is the food here really that bad? As usual. French fries, ham sandwich, stuff like that. Yes, and yet I couldn't taste a thing. Anyway, I'm heading back to the scene. Before you go, Detective, do you have any new information to share? Oh yeah, you were right about the victim's identity. Frost worked as a sculptor in France, where he is known as Paul Hilquy. Artie Frost was Paul Hilquy. I would have never imagined. Poor Mr. Hilquy. The famous French sculptor was a Frenchman after all. This would all certainly explain why Mr. Hilquy was such a recluse and refused to show his face in public. He was busy working on his greatest masterpiece, apparently. A bunch of Zodiac statues. Guess I'll never finish them now. I'll never finish his greatest masterpiece. Nah. Seems he was making statues for each season. But he never got around to the winter constellations. The winter constellations? You mean Taurus and Gemini? So the two he made out of ice would have completed the set. Yeah, now they're nothing but puddles. What a bummer. I'm so sorry. Oh no, Miss Bound. It wasn't blaming you. One last thing. Seems he had himself a bit of spending habit when it came to his work. Every statue cost him millions to make. Which means he was always strapped for cash. What? We're checking to see if there's any chance someone called in a debt. I guess not even famous artists are safe from money problems. Do you have any idea why he entered the confectionery contest? Nope. Guy didn't even tell his family. I see. Alright, I really gotta get going. I'll go fetch another guard, but I can't be hanging around here any longer. Understood, Detective. We'll see you again shortly. He's a good man. Certainly is. And an uncompromising one. Somebody that can be trusted to stand up for what he believes in. And to scare the pants off anybody who knew he means. Now were you going to tell me about what you learned yesterday? Of course. Allow me to give you a full report. Thank you for that. And allow me to apologize on Judy's behalf. I'm so sorry. It's fine, Mr. Tangaroa. As I told her yesterday, the important thing is that we learn the truth in the end. Now, would you mind if I asked you a question or two? By all means. I'll gladly share all that I can. What can you tell me about the contestants who took part in the final round of the contest? Let's see. There was Miss Gone. I loved her design concept. Unfortunately, her entry was in violation of the rules, so I had to disqualify her. Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least through the semi-final. But disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both counts. And there was actually something a little unusual about his entry for the semi-finals as well. Which was... it tasted identical to Mr. Frost. Really? Really now? They may have looked different, but I could have sworn I was eating the same thing. Huh? What exactly did his work look like? Oh, there should be a photograph back at my mansion. I'll show it to you later, Mr. Edgeworth. Much appreciated, Miss Bound. But Mr. Frost's entry for the finals was truly sublime. So you were able to finish judging it, even though his body had been discovered in the meantime. Yes, I wasn't aware of what had happened till after I'd completed my assignment. Mr. Frost wasn't in his room when I visited, so I took the liberty of sampling a bit as part of the liar, I believe. I never tasted anything like it. It was a dream, so I moved that I was busting into song. Huh? I'd like to hear more about that if you don't mind. You're quite sure it was the liar you tasted when you sampled Mr. Frost's work. I'm certain of it. It was part of the Gemini sculpture, which was the only sculpture in that display case. Mr. Tangaroa, would you mind taking a look at this photograph for me? So the part you tried was the liar, the one shown without any strings. Oh, there were strings originally? That was the part I ate. So the strings were missing because Mr. Tangaroa ate them all, and he enjoyed them. The strings were missing because Mr. Tangaroa ate them all, and he enjoyed them. Scone told us that she ate part of the liar as well, but she said it was far too salty for her to finish. Then, it's true. The truth is, I've suspected for a while that there might be something wrong with my sense of taste. Something wrong? How so exactly? Oh, interesting. There's a taste disorder characterized by inability to detect salty flavors. And I suspect I've been suffering from it. I ate so many sweet foods on a daily basis that it took a while for me to even notice. But there's no denying it now. That would explain why the food here seems so bland to him. But, what? But your taste buds are your livelihood. Even if there were some long-term treatment options, I highly doubt a total cure for your condition exists. Nevertheless, you should put in a request to the police for a proper evaluation. Or that won't be necessary. I have a recipe for a cure back in my mansion. You do? I do. You can take a look at it for yourself if you like. Samson, but we can't show that recipe to just anybody. Judy, Mr. Edgeworth is hardly just somebody. He is my attorney, and I have no secret from him. She doesn't want us to see it. There's going to be something interesting on there, isn't there? Yes, you're right, of course. If that's what you wish. What on earth is a secret recipe for a miracle cure that they've been hiding? Well, I should be getting back. All right, we'll be right behind you. Judy? Yes, Samson? There's more to my life than just me. Please, Judy, think about the life you want to live. Because I won't always be around. Don't say that. Without you, I don't have a life to live. So I'll be waiting right there at the mansion until you come home. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, Miss Bountain. Judy. Whoa, she seemed really upset. I saw tears in her eyes. Why would you even say all that to her? Because I worry about her. She can't keep putting my needs ahead of her own. What do you mean by that? The Hiliquid collection, the candy making. It's all because she thinks these things will make me happy. She never thinks about what she wants, what she likes. I just want her to be her own person and to choose her own destiny. The last thing I want is for her to miss out on all the life it has to offer because of me. I guess that makes sense. He really does see her as his own child. What parent wouldn't want their child to walk their own path? What parent wouldn't do everything they could to protect them? I know exactly how he feels in this moment. I think I've asked of you everything I can for now, Mr. Tangaroa. I should be getting back to the scene of the crime. Oh, you're leaving? I see. I suppose I'll be going back to the interrogation room for another session. Ah yes, we'll have to do something about that. You speak to the police for me? That too. I'll be putting something else in place as well. It is up our sleeve for when the time comes. I look forward to learning more. I'm counting on you, Mr. Edwards. We'll be back to brief you, Mr. Tangaroa, every day. And Judy, too. Thank you, Eddie. I'll look forward to it. Mr. Tangaroa, your interrogator will do everything in his power to extract a confession from you. I hate to see an innocent man suffer like this. But please, you have to do everything you can to hold out. If you can't, Mr. Von Karma will use that confession against you as long as this case lasts. It'll make it that much harder for me to save you. I understand, and I'll try. I won't give up until you're out of there, Mr. Tangaroa. You have my word on that.